Namaste, angels. This is going to be a client reading for one of my repeat clients. I think this is probably at least our fifth reading together. She asked me to do this one. It's interesting. She asked me to do this one like I did the karmic readings, also a bit more so on her masculine than herself. And I think the cards remembered before I did, because I was shuffling. Now I'm pretty sure I didn't look up to see what his sign was, and I know she's a Sagittarius. I think he's an Aquarius, but I don't really remember exactly. But I am beginning with the Princess of Winter with this deck, and Inner Child, which very much so reminds me of Aquarius with all this air here, and then the 3 stars over like the communication areas, the crown chakra, the third eye chakra, and the throat chakra. So I think he is, but that's not what I was going to show you. What I was going to show you was I had shuffled these and then these to obstacles. So the 7 of fire, obstacles, and then these. And after I was doing this one, I think the animal tarot, and I said, oh yeah, she wants me to lay these like the karmic reading. And then I realized the cards are showing up as if I'm looking at karmic situations, because I'm beginning with obstacles and codependency and the 7 of fire, you know, so, and maybe even this, maybe even the Inner Child is reflective of that as well. Inability to speak up perhaps about what he wants. And even the Princess of Winter, which is the Page of Swords, can be about delay, can also be about things that need to come out, and sometimes them actually coming out, just being spit out like any which way is what the Page of Winter will do. I know that all too well. Like I said, I believe he's an Aquarius, although the Page of Swords most for me represents Gemini, because Gemini is the more youthful of the air element. So I'm going to try to squeeze in for her. Before I do that, let's see what's going on with them from his perspective, beginning again with this Inner Child. Aww. Maybe this is all I need to do on this part. And opening right away to Moon Tree, which does represent sacred marriage, the marriage between heaven and earth, and more importantly for a subscriber, a viewer, or follower, quote unquote, watching the reading, sacred marriage between 2 sacred beings, of course. Inner Child. Oh, wow. And sacred union. Maybe they're trying to tell me not to waste too much time with this, because everything is fine in this area. Sacred union. On the heels of that, you know what? So I won't even do much cutting. I'll just stop there and go ahead and do this. Since I like to cut into 6, I kind of mix up the cards anyway. And 6 equals love for me, so that's why I do it. And coming to Balance, which represents the sign of Sagittarius in the tarot. Balance is Temperance in the regular tarot, not this deck. Balance is Major Arcana card. Temperance represents the sign of Sagittarius. Although in the traditional tarot, it looks like Aquarius to me. I've always said, you know what, if I'm using the Rider-Waite tarot, for example, I'll say this can represent Aquarius to me too, because it's a water bearer. It's an angel holding 2 vessels of water, and standing in water too, like a stream, and some is spilling out. So maybe that's what they're trying to show me, because the divine feminine in this case is a Sagittarius, and again, like I said, I believe the masculine is an Aquarius, so that would be reflective of the 2 of them together. Here in this deck, it's more so air and water for me, but more this. You can see this big white circle over the throat chakra and over the third eye, and then the yin and yang symbols like right on top of his head, like the crown chakra again. And the overall energy here is Guardian. So this card will represent the divine feminine about herself, or her higher self with regard to her right now. The masculine as it relates to her, himself, the union as a whole. Overall, what the masculine, let me move my cow. What the masculine would have the feminine do or contribute toward the union right now, what he himself is willing to, and what the universe would ask of both of them, and the outcome. Divine feminine by herself. Dreams. And more so than literal, this is coming through in terms of like a following your dreams type of thing, going for your dreams, your goals. So maybe as best you can, you should like organize them. You might want to write things down that you want to accomplish is what's coming to me. And if you do see anything in your dreams, you can even ask Archangel Michael to enter your dreams. He likes to. You can even ask for him to do that. And if you do see anything in your dreams, when you wake up, you're going to want to write down like right away so that you don't lose any of it as to what happened. And these are going to be, I feel like you're going to be receiving messages of how to move forward with your goals. Aw, the masculine as it relates to the feminine. Moon tree again. So more sacred marriage. He recognizes it, or at least his higher self does if he doesn't. And these two cards, so your dreams, I'm sure they do. I was going to say may include, you know, your future with the divine masculine. I'm sure they do. The two cards next to each other, all the same colors in these cards, this purple and blue and green. So I think the dreams, although they would anyway, like I said, I think there's like you being directed to sort of plan, I guess, plan for your life with him, even if it seems like ridiculous or impossible or whatever. Him about himself, the gateway. So again, at least his higher self, if not his 3D self, realizing that he is embarking upon like an awakening in a new phase in his life, a new chapter, a new direction, a brand new path, all that kind of stuff. About the union as a whole, divine guidance. So like I was just saying, you can ask Archangel Michael, and this card is the same color too as these other two. You can ask Archangel Michael to enter your dreams. It also has another moon. So this moon probably very important for you guys too. Maybe specifically surrendering to the divine and believing that your dreams, again, even if they don't make sense, can come true. Especially if you ask for the support of your overall energy, the guardians, right? The angels. Ask them. Overall relationship. I think we've seen all the relationship cards we need to see as it relates to this union. But this card additionally adds to the fact that if you are having any sort of, you know, difficulty or not sure how to navigate any portion of your relationship with others, not just one another, but others in general, to first work on your relationship with yourself. What would the masculine have the feminine do here? Like I was just saying, believing in dreams. This is it's coming across from him or his higher self as believing in miracles instead. Same thing. And it's sitting here right underneath the dreams. So like doubling down on this message. And he himself, this is more balance again, this embrace card, because this is about one's inner masculine and feminine coming together in a harmonious way, in a healthy way, so that they can, you know, make better choices and navigate life a little better. So this is what he's working on, or what the universe is working on with him and through him and in him. Speaking of the universe, what would it have the two of you to do? Meditation, and perhaps specifically using some sort of healing sounds. It doesn't have to be not binaural tones, but as you know, that's one of my favorites. But even music, you know, whatever genre of music you enjoy, or genres of music you enjoy, you could listen to those, you know, and just take some time to yourself to be at peace and allow for divine guidance to come through, healing energy to pass through, all of that. And the outcome here, transmutation. All of that will lead to continued rise of, each as an individual and the couple as a union. Continued ascension here. Awesome. Now I'll do from the universe's perspective, beginning with obstacles and opening to the Ice Queen. Again, I said I believe he's an Aquarius, so that would be Aquarius not ruled by Venus. And this card often represents Venus to me, but it also just represents air signs in general. And Aquarius, as with regard to the tarot, most directly is represented by the Queen of Air or Swords. The fixed signs correlate more directly to the queens, and Aquarius would be the fixed sign of the element of air. So here we've got the air sign person, perhaps, up against some obstacles. Obstacles. Wanting to be a courting man, or actually being a courting man too. There's might be some blocks to that. We still got these obstacles here. They're still there. Here's the representation of the divine feminine for me. Also, again, this particular one is a Sagittarius. Here's a redhead. There's fire energy coming through from the divine feminine. Up against the same obstacles that are still here. And true gem, like the real deal, the value, and maybe even going forward in some aspects, marriage and all that kind of stuff. Like in the 3D, there's barriers to that, obstacles in getting there. But this one is like the real deal. And on that note, obstacles gone. I'm going to cut. Travel. This can be about actual travel or metaphorical movement. It's a card of movement. Wow. Look at their overall energy. Union. Divine couple. Recent past. Blocks to the union. I'm going all sorts of out of order here. There has to be a reason for it. Couldn't tell you what it is though. Masculine higher self. Near future, what the feminine can do, the masculine can do, further advice from the universe and the outcome, and something just jumped out of my hand. It's dating and more moon. So again, I think this moon is important for them. This is their third card, showing a full moon here. There may have been a shift, not only in general, but related to their relationship with this last full moon in Cancer, which was just, 2 days ago? Today's the 3rd, the 4th. Today's the 4th. So 3 days ago, if you're in the United States like I am, 2 days ago, if you're in Europe or Asia, and she's where I am in the United States. So this flew out. We'll keep it out here as an extra energy we have going on. Divine couple. Boom. Okay, I really don't need to flip anything over here with these people. Recent past. Okay, I can just keep going. Boom, 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 boom. Near future. Communication. Uranus, which does rule, I was saying Venus doesn't rule Aquarius. Uranus, which does rule Aquarius, just went direct. Also on the 2nd, which again is the same day as the full moon in Cancer if you're in Europe or Asia. January 2nd, Uranus, which rules Aquarius, went direct. It was in retrograde, or is in retrograde. Now it's in shadow, right? Facing forward. Masculine's higher self, boom. Okay, the air sign, we went over this part already before. In his regard, blocks to the union. Friendship, some other relationship, not necessarily, well, friendship, but like friendship with more, or friendship with somebody that wants to be more, with this wedding band like ring on their hand, is a block. And that can be from either of them or both. Like they both may have somebody like this in their life, or the feminine could, the masculine could. What can the feminine do here? Just keep being passionate. This is very fire signy too. Passion, because passions burn, all right, like fire. Keep doing that. Ooh, masculine's got some cords and strings to cut. He's being manipulated. I was going to say, or he could be a manipulator, but that's not what I feel. I feel he's being manipulated, and perhaps by this friend that is more, or wants to be more. Further advice from the universe, soulmate. And my first thought was that this person is some sort of soulmate, perhaps a karmic soulmate. We could add to that. But then again, and you know what? Even the divine partner is technically a karmic soulmate. That's why I usually put it like karmic in quotes when I'm talking about it negatively, because somewhere along the line, somebody's turned it into like a derogatory term, and it's incorrect actually that way. In any case, soulmate, which can be family members, friends, like just about anybody could be a soulmate, even our own children. But something is controlling him. You know, and it is attached to karmic energy, the universe and his destiny and all of that. Outcome. Dark male. Well, you know, this is the divine masculine in this deck for me. It's like all will be well, which we knew already when we started with this representation of the divine union and this as the overall energy. But the masculine in particular has an obstacle, a block on which to work. And he really needs some cords cut. He's actually had some energy work with me, but it was a while ago, and there's been changes, you know, since then for him already. He's, you know, he just seems to have another situation going on. Like with that last situation, everything worked out good. He found a new job and all kinds of wonderful things happened, but it looks like something maybe has risen to the surface since then, which is a good thing. I'm not talking bad about that, or I'm not sorry to see that. That's what we want. You know, sometimes these things, they come up, they're difficult, but it could be tower, it could be the world that arises, but we deal with it and then it's over. And with energy work, at least mine, what I can't cleanse away, and what I can cleanse away is a completed karma. Resolved karma. So we have like residue, you know, from that just like sitting on our blueprint, right? I can clean that off. What I cannot cleanse away is unresolved karma, but I can ask and have it, you know, that it be and have it be accelerated and like brought up to the surface to be dealt with. So when that happens, sometimes there are new uncomfortable situations that arise. I mean, it could be good stuff that arises too. You know, karma that has to be dealt with. It can be stuff that makes us happy that was blocked and was stuck and, you know, wasn't happening when it should have. But sometimes there can be some uncomfortable things through which we have to go in order to move forward. In any case, moving on to the Angel Tarot, beginning with the Seven of Fire. Defend your beliefs and decisions. Stand your ground. Choose your battles wisely. So I'm going to lay this first spread from a perspective of his masculine side and perhaps his feminine side, and or a feminine with whom he is dealing his life. And then top those with the animal tarot, so another tarot deck from a standpoint of what he can do for himself, what's surrounding him, and what the universe or God wants him to know. And then the romance, Doreen Virtue, romance angels atop those from the same perspective. Again, beginning with the 7 of fire, open to the 8 of earth. Skilled work is rewarded. Learning all there is to know about a topic, and maybe even going back to school. 8 of earth. The 10 of earth, a very happy family life. Financial security. Finding magic in the little things in life. 8 of earth and the 9 of water. Your wishes come true. Concerns fade away and you have a love of life. 9 of water is also like a yes for me from the minor arcana. 8 of earth again. And back to where we started. Well, I'm starting with this from the other deck. It's the page of air, who's logical, honest, impulsive, and curious, challenging information, delays or changes to plans, and truth delivered without tact. The page of air can very well be an Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, or anybody taking on those traits or attributes. 8 of earth. I'm going to cut. Wow. So 2 of fire. Boom again. You've come into your own. New partnerships or contracts. Continue to move forward. And not surprisingly, especially since we're trying to look at karmic situations, perhaps from the perspective of the masculine or in the masculine's life, beginning with the 8 of air. An illusion of being trapped. A lack of self-confidence and being afraid to take action. So this is like feeling stuck and without the ability to free yourself, or afraid of attempting to free yourself. Convincing yourself that you can't. Masculine, the world. I was just talking about the world. A job well done, joy, contentment, and gratitude, and the path toward enlightenment. For me, the world, it's a 3, so it's like it can be a party of 3 or about a party of 3. Not necessarily a love triangle, but that's a possibility. It's about something in which you've been way too long. A situation, a circumstance, a relationship that needs to come to an end, and the universe is going to help you to end it. It's going to pull you through, or at least a phase of one of those things. It's going to pull you out of what you were in and put you somewhere better and healthier. He's surrounded by the 9 of air, expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecies, sleepless nights. This card can cause us to manifest negativity into our own lives. So that control card, as it relates to him, in part may be him, like his own mind, bringing in these barriers to himself because he's thinking about them. Like our thoughts become our reality. In his subconscious, it's more of that. It's lack. Just lack. This can be as it relates to love or money, all of the above. Fears surrounding money, the wisdom to accept help from others, and uncertain self-employment. But as far as I'm concerned as it relates to love, it's about lack too. Like fearing that another relationship is going to lack the same thing that a past relationship did. It's fear of abandonment, like childhood issues, maybe having to do with that inner child, with which I started with the other deck, something coming up from there, or you not wanting your children's childhood to be like yours, all kinds of stuff like that attached to the 5 of earth for me. And for the feminine, look, they have the world. I just mentioned both of these. I said it can be like the tower or it can be like the world. Well, they have the world mirroring the tower. It's life experience, or the tower on this side, major arcana card number 16, a significant life event, a powerful revelation that leads to change. It's time to spread your wings. The Tower for me is not automatically negative. It's just something that shakes up your life, you know, so that can be something good too. And it looks like it may be in this case, at least as it relates to the feminine, because surrounding that side is the star, which represents the sign of Aquarius in the tarot or other air sign. Happy times, make positive, optimistic, long-term plans. You are on the right path. Also represents communication for me, as do air signs in general. So Aquarius would. And here, in the feminine subconscious is the sun with Archangel Uriel. Happy outcome, brilliant new ideas that lead to success if you have confidence in yourself. Well, major arcana card, the sun represents the sign of Sagittarius in the tarot, which again, the feminine here is a Sagittarius. So here you have them together, Aquarius, Sagittarius. Crowning, it's awakening, which represents the sign of Pisces for me. I don't know if anybody's a water sign connected to this union or impactful upon this union, but that may be what this is about. Also, awakening represents the planet Neptune for me, or the hangman. This card represents the planet Neptune for me. And again, Pisces, which it rules. Look at things from a different perspective. You're at a temporary standstill. It's time to be yourself. So like something maybe literally hanging in the balance. They're like Trump tight up here, all these major arcana cards. So something may be, there's an air of suspension, as they say, perhaps with regard to this world and this tower. And then all of a sudden, boom, there can be movement in with both of these. And maybe what that travel card was about before. At the root here, the Knight of Earth. Loyal, dedicated, honorable, and kind is the Knight of Earth. It's time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments. You have a guardian angel. So guardian angel was their overall energy just a few moments ago. The Knight of Earth, as it relates to money, or pretty much anything, is like the abundance is coming, but it's a little slower moving than perhaps if the Knight of Air was bringing it, or if the Knight of Fire even was bringing it, you know, or the Knight of Water. This one is very methodical, very paced, very slow. The slow and steady wins the race sort of energy. As it relates to love, for me, Pentacles cards, and particularly the Court cards, demonstrate like longevity and the likelihood of a relationship lasting, you know, standing the test of time. And at the heart of the matter, speak of the Knight of Air. He's here at the heart. He's intelligent, decisive, idealistic, and tireless. Events that occur with great speed. Take time to carefully review your options so you can come up with creative solutions. The Knight of Air may very well be the divine masculine in this case. Again, he is an Aquarius, I believe. Can also be a Gemini or Libra or anybody taking on those traits or attributes. I'm going to go straight to the other deck so I don't waste too much time, beginning with the Princess of Winter, which again is another page of air. Logical, truthful, curious, and undiplomatic is the Princess of Winter. This is an intellectual challenge that calls for your ability to think of a matching solution. If helpful information is put to you bluntly, accept the message without being bothered by the messenger. And opening to the Three of Autumn. So again, with the Party of Three, here's another one too. I didn't mention this one. They're next to each other. The World and the Hangman are both, this is Major Arcana card 21, Major Arcana card 12. So this is the fourth three in this reading. Your most satisfying and profitable career comes from following your passions, listening to your heart, and doing what brings you joy. Well, the same thing could be said about love, right? With our relationships. Your life purpose is best fulfilled by allowing your talents and true self to shine forth out into the world. That too is like true, whether it's work or, you know, any other aspect of one's life we're talking about. Princess of Winter and the Prince of Spring, the Knight of Fire, or Knight of Wands, and another moon. An opportunity arises that needs your attention right away. Moving quickly is important, yet there's nothing you can't handle if you follow your inner guidance. With the feminine, this may be her wish coming true with regard to a home. The tower can represent an actual structure, and that just came to me. An actual structure, an actual building, maybe a home. And it could be like her dreams come true. Her wish comes true with regard to a home, and all's well that ends well. Makes her very, very happy, that outcome. Back to this Princess of Winter. You know what? Let me cut on this note. What was that other one? Another 8 of Earth or Autumn, and the Ace of Winter. Implementation of your brilliant new idea may get off to a rocky start, but keep going. The challenges will help you to refine your plan and to reshape your goals into something even better. And the overall energy is release or death, Major Arcana card, death, which can be about the end of a phase or situation similar to the world, or our need to let go of something or someplace or someone or a combination of those and move on. We're holding on to something that has to go. It's time to release the past and to move on to something new. This ending is the first step on your way to a happier future. So again, this top row here, what the masculine can do for himself, what is surrounding him in this situation or right now, like energy about which there's nothing he can do. It's other people, other things, and what God wants him to know, or the universe wants him to know. And specifically what Archangel Michael has to say. Atop the world is the world. Okay, and this is Major Arcana energy. So now it's like Major Arcana twice over. He's going to come out of some sort of phase or situation. Something is going to end without question. Congratulations on successfully accomplishing what you set out to do. You've made it through the challenges and incorporated life's lessons, the lessons that life offered you, with grace and courage. The top awakening, or the Hanged Man, is the Prince of Autumn, which is the Knight of Earth, which is here at the root. So we have it at the root and we have it crowning now. It's important to make a detailed plan before starting any new endeavor. Once you have that plan in place, then you can take immediate action and get as much accomplished as possible. So sort of like how the masculine was at in the first spread, that's from his perspective and that of his higher self, was wanting the feminine to make plans and follow her dreams and maybe write them down. Here, he has to make a plan too. And this can apply to both, actually, because it's here in the middle. But I was connecting it to that. Atop life experience, or the Tower, is the Seven of Summers. There's a decision that has to be made, again, possibly involving a water sign. This card too, like the Hangman next to which it sits here, represents the planet Neptune for me, and Piscean energy, where we're confused, we're fantasizing, maybe dreaming, all that kind of stuff. We got to make a decision sometimes too. It's time to stop procrastinating and to make a decision that you can, so that you can move forward with a priority. If you need to do more research, then do so, but don't overthink the situation. Listen to your heart. So about following the heart yet again. Surrounding him here atop the Nine of Air, and what's keeping him up at night, he's unable to sleep, is the Lovers, which can have to do with another decision, and also with love, of course. True and long-lasting love finds its way into your life. Follow your heart with caring actions and choices. So again, if there is a decision to make, it's a decision that he should pursue the person, who truly moves him, so to speak. Atop the Star is the Ten of Summer. It's time to express your love and appreciation for family, be it relatives or a chosen family of close friends. Congratulations may be in order on a happy, fulfilling marriage, as well as raising a family or balanced children. This can be guiding him to recognize the divine feminine as part of his family, right? It's family that is your blood relative, or family that you choose to be family. That can be what the decision is about. and it's sitting here atop the tower, I'm sure that would be like earth-shattering, life-changing, making a decision of that sort. Here atop the 5 of Earth is a similar card, except for it's of the other air element. This is the 7 of Winter, which is joy stealing for me. Something, it's lack and theft and misery, loving company, all that kind of stuff. Caution will help you to avoid the loss of valuables, right? Like the union itself is a valuable. So they go on to say, including non-material resources, such as your time, peace of mind. Be aware of the results of your actions, as well as what others might be doing behind your back. We have a 7 mirroring a 7 here too, by the way. What else? Here atop the sun is the moon, which would indicate that God wants you to know that some stuff is going to come out. Some secrets are going to come out. Stuff that you don't know maybe at all, that nobody knows, that the universe has yet to reveal. Stuff that, you know, one person has been keeping from another, whether, you know, innocently or malicious, whatever. It's coming out. Secrets are coming out. That's what the sun illuminates the darkness. It's important to trust your intuition, even if you're unsure of what's happening. All will be revealed soon. So worry is unnecessary. It's like just go with the flow, because the universe is taking care of everything, handling everything. And there's another moon here, of course, because this is, again, Major Arcana card number 18, the moon, which also represents the sign of Pisces, or the water sign. This whole row here is water. Situation may specifically involve a water sign. At the root here, atop this Knight of Earth, is the 10 of Winter. So maybe the end of financial difficulties can be what it is, or something involving an earth sign. It's the end of a career path. Well, we just had that too. I told you, I brought up, see, I was wondering, why am I telling him this, the masculine's business about his job and stuff? But you see, it's the end of a career path. So he's entering a new path as it relates to money and the practical, financial. So the end of difficulty in that area too. End of a career path, a project, or a relationship brings feelings of mixed joy and sadness, also relief and disappointment. Put aside your fears about these changes and trust that a brighter future awaits you. And Archangel Michael says, the King of Autumn, here atop the Knight of Air. And he might come through rather quickly. And all of a sudden, you're finding yourself with the Midas touch. Everything's going to turn out great. Projects will be stunningly successful. Exciting new career opportunities are possible, and money or resources that come your way will be invested wisely. The King of Autumn is compassionate, accomplished, charismatic, and grounded. He's also a Virgo, Capricorn, or a Taurus. It was coming to my mind that he's sitting atop the Knight of Air. This might be representing Venus in Capricorn, which rules both love and money. Venus does. Rules both love and money. She may be the Knight of Air here in Capricorn, about to deliver abundance upon you in either or both forms. And lastly, I'm kind of out of time already, but I'm going to do what I said I was going to do and go to codependency. It's not your fault that I wanted to shove all those other spreads in here. Codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life and opening to wedding. This situation involves marriage. So it might be referring to the sacred marriage that we saw before, or maybe in this regard, you know, a former marriage or current marriage that is toxic, something like that. Opening to engagement now. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment, as we saw in the first spread with the transmutation. Codependency. And let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally, which may be connected to the puppet on the strings and the masculine. Lastly, honeymoon, more moon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. All this moon really says like surrender, surrender, surrender. So hopefully you guys are getting that. Aw, boom again for them. Yes, this is your soulmate. The overall energy, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all, because it needs to be able to flow both ways. So again, what he can do for himself, surrounding what God wants him to know and what Archangel Michael wants him to know. Here atop the world and the world, release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. What he can do for himself is to, again, leave a karmic partner, but I think we saw that coming through. Or some other toxic situation too. I also just heard. So it may be more than one thing of which he needs to let go. Here atop the Prince of Autumn and the Hangman, chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. So step back, take a look at the big picture at, you know, toward what you're being drawn or whom or where or a combination of those. Here atop the Tower and the Seven of Summer is passion. He's guided to follow his passions so they can allow his heart and soul to sing with joy. And I talked about passion represented Sagittarius for me earlier because we think of passion, we think of burning, right? Burning passion, or burning with passion. Here atop the Lovers and the Nine of Air. What else is keeping him awake at night? Children. I mentioned children earlier. I said this can be a situation with children. I don't remember what I was talking about then. In any case, it looks like children are indeed involved. Your love life is being affected by children. So this may be a family child with an ex. Again, this situation stressing him out, keeping him awake at night, sleepless nights. Atop the 10 of Summer, which is like emotional happiness, and the Star, which is coming true, express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. That can be how happiness will be found. Here atop the 7 of Winter and the 5 of Earth, in his subconscious and what God wants him to know. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. This could be the one. So like any lack of confidence or worry about moving forward, or the possibility of someone taking away from you what is yours, stealing, like don't let them take away even your non-material things, like your relationships and stuff. Atop the Moon is more moon. The moon and the sun, more moon. This time honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. This is another card of movement into calm and stiller waters and of surrender with the moon here. And sometimes actual holidays or celebrations and getting together. Atop the 10 of Winter and the Knight of Earth, let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. So I told you before to call on Archangel Michael. You can call on 3D friends too. You can call on Venus, the goddess, right? Again, this is more air and earth. That could be her, whose help you could ask for. And lastly, at the heart of the matter, atop the King of Autumn and the Knight of Air, which I also said could be her, sending you abundance. That's going to happen very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now, so that you can manifest it, right? Our thoughts become our reality. I know I said that before. So we're going to think positive things, not negativity. And be careful, because this is sitting right here next to this. Rather than manifest negativity into your own lives, positive things. Envision abundance on its way. From the Tony Carmine Solano Universal Love Oracle Retreat. With this card that very much so represents Aquarius. Again, for me, and Earth, air and earth. He needs to do some meditation. We saw that before with the healing sounds. You both do. For you, physical body and all this fire. This is your fire element coming through again. But you may want to actually get into some sort of exercise program. Just as a means maybe of even the meditation. Something to get your endorphins going, your mind, in a peaceful place. Maybe even yoga you might want to look into. From here, open relationship. moving toward a relationship out in the open for you guys. There you go. Another reminder, children are impactful and maybe impacted by whatever's going on here. Want to keep that in mind. The masculine's getting a second Lovers card. Lovers represents the sign of Gemini or the air sign, again, which he is, I believe. Intimate relationships. Carefully weigh your decisions. Also good health. And for you, speaking of the Magician and manifestation, that's exactly what you are further guided to do by the major arcana. You are ready. You have the resources and the ability to manifest them. Life is magical. It begins again with our thoughts. For the masculine, very nice. It's the wheel, or the Wheel of Fortune in the tarot, major arcana card number 10. Expect a sudden positive change. You might have said all of a sudden movement, similar to the Tower, but this is definitely going to be positive, whereas the Tower can go either way. You can now move forward and make great progress. Something's going to happen to like give way to other wonderful things happening. Like open up the floodgates toward abundance. For you, the Prince of Spring, which is the Knight of Wands, Knight of Fire, passionate, charismatic, confident, and restless is the Prince of Spring. Also a Sagittarius like yourself, a Leo or an Aries. Also sometimes a Scorpio for me. An opportunity arises that needs your attention right away. We have another one of these, right? Another Knight of Fire. We did. Need your attention right away. Moving quickly is important, yet there's nothing you can't handle if you follow your inner guidance. And from the romance angels to the masculine, we started with this. We're ending on this note too. Codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. It's any person, place, or thing with which you have a toxic, toxic relationship or codependent relationship upon, or has one upon you. And lastly, for the feminine, let go of control issues and allow this situation to unfold naturally. Explains why you got all those moons in this reading. Surrender, 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 surrender. I hope that you enjoyed your reading and you find it helpful. Namaste, Angel.